A letter from Thomas Sowell to his friend Al. It was good to hear from you after all this time, and your response to the personal tragedy in your life seemed to exemplify the best in you. Obviously, you and I have differing visions of the way the economic and social system functions. This in turn means that when we want to accomplish the same objective, we often advocate opposite means. This is not very surprising, and I think the same general principle applies to the differences between the liberals and radicals. Adolescent self-righteousness has become so fashionable in the past decade that common sense and common decency have suffered a kind of environmental pollution that hurts everybody and makes all social problems more difficult to understand and deal with rationally. As an historian of ideas, I am especially struck by how far we have gone down the road to mindless labeling. In the 19th century, for example, in Karl Marx's numerous references to Adam Smith, there was not the slightest suggestion that Smith had done anything other than call them as he saw them, just as Marx was calling them as he saw them. Smith's arguments were answered by other arguments, not by calling him anti-worker, which would simply have been a lie. Younger people are especially vulnerable to simplistic visions spun out by older people who keep their reservations, sophistication, and humanity discreetly in the background, rather than spoil the rhetorical effect. The later agony of withdrawal of many young people from these visions can be dreadful, and some young people come out of it with permanent disabilities, including felony convictions, as the high price of someone else's rhetoric. One of the things I liked about Marx was his utter condemnation of this kind of parlor revolutionism for just these kinds of reasons. This letter has ended their friendship, but so be it, thought Thomas. For more details like this, watch my latest video on Tom Sowell's biography.